This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Guys, I want to do my monthly market update. And I want to remind the listeners that this update is single-family homes. When we do October update, we're actually using September data because we don't know what's going to happen the rest of this month yet.
Yeah,
we do know what happened
October's
last month. So when we do October's, we're actually using September data. So let's talk about it.
So we can call you on Halloween, right? Because then it's over and you'll have all the... No.
Yeah, we'll know. We'll know that. Okay, so right now, currently available, we have 5,931 single-family homes available.
Okay.
2,221 are in escrow, under contract.
Okay.
We've sold 1,936 in the last 30 days, which leaves us with a months of inventory of single-family, a little over 3 months of inventory. Just dividing the availables by the number sold. And the average days on market right now is 36. That shot up quite a bit. That shot up about 5 days from last month. Now, last month at this time, we had 400 fewer availables. We had 100 fewer under contract. We actually had more sold in the last month in that 30-day period, and we had slightly less month inventory. We only had 31 days, average days on market. Last year, much lower inventory is the big thing that I can say. Everything else was fairly similar, a little less in solds as well, but much less, 4,300 in inventory, so a much lower number. So let's get beyond this, and let's go to our charts.
Okay.
Okay, so here's our stack chart.
Stack
This is the stack chart.
So colorful.
So in the stack chart, this is single-family homes closings, and what we're looking at is just the volume of houses throughout the years. And you go back all the way to 2000, and 2007, a very slow year. You can see a little tiny numbers there.
Yeah.
And then back
Hundreds of houses a month sold. Wow.
Right, back in 2022, or 2021 was our record year with the amount of volume we had, which beat 2009, 2011 when prices were much lower.
It felt like it.
And then now this year we're about on par for last year. We're just it seems like we're about dead even with last year.
Slightly ahead.
Yeah, we're looking at the green blocks here.
Slightly ahead, but very, very similar to last year, which was not a great year. It was like maybe the fourth worst year in this 20-year segment.
I'll testify to that.
Right?
Sure.
Just in terms of number of closings.
And this looks like it's going to be the fifth worst year.
Yeah, there we go.
In the last 24 years.
We're going right there. So that's our volume. So let's go to the next chart. And this shows the months of inventory. So we just talked about, I have us at 3. They got us all the way up to 4.2 based on what they're seeing. So it is shooting up. The amount of inventory.
Condos and others probably, or is it
this is still single-family homes. So their number's a little bit different than mine. I'm not sure why that's so far up, but it is going up. We're seeing that, and that's been consistent. That's actually been happening for the last several months. We've been seeing that. Now, this last one is the median price. And John was asking me a little while ago, are prices going up or are they going down?
Yeah.
And they're pretty flat, 480, 479, 480 over the last 3 months.
Right.
It's you go back, if you go back to September of 22 was 450. And so from September 22 to September 24, over a 2-year period, we've picked up 30,000 in median price.
Yeah.
It's been pretty flat. Look at that line. It's not going, I mean, it's kind of creeping up, but it's not going anywhere.
Right.
It's not going in a crazy direction.
Nice, probably looks like 3.5%, 4%.
Yeah.
Probably breaks down.
That's where it's going. And now the average price always fluctuates a lot more than the median, obviously, because you're throwing out the high and the low. But then you have the luxury sales. This was interesting to me.
This has been a previously very hot market for luxury sales.
It was in 2021, a record banner. You doubled any year prior. I mean, just crushed
crazy.
it. Just crushed it. And this year we're well ahead of last year in terms of luxury sales. That impacts the median because of the amount of volume is in that.
Right.
You're seeing a lot more volume.
I think everybody looking around town would say there's a lot more luxury properties here now versus what it used to be. And then how many homes out there that used to be worth less than $1 million have crossed over the $1 million threshold?
And that gets me the same thing we keep bringing up about luxury. I'm not sure we can define luxury as $1 million anymore. No, I think we have to start thinking about raising that number.
You give me $1 million, I feel luxurious. Yes, but
I was gonna say to me it's pretty luxury, but
yeah, I wish I could afford that. But the truth is that when if we looked at $1 million house, here in 2014, where they already beat that in March of this year. When you look at there, the house was it was a bigger house then. It was a lot more house then.
It'd be interesting to see comparing how many $1 million homes were in 2014 total in the market versus what was sold, and then today how many $1 million properties are out there versus what's sold.
Indeed.
To see what that ratio is, if it actually has changed, because this on the graphs, we've sold more units. That's undeniable.
Right.
But are we selling a higher percentage of those homes than what we did back then?
It's an interesting point.
So,
We'll have to look
I'd
at
have to say yes.
I would have to say yes too, because
Yeah.
there's
I'm just thinking about
Well,
that.
and look at how we've
math of
changed
that.
in 10 years too, with the way this city has changed in terms
Right.
of the demographics have changed. They've changed
For sure.
dramatically. And that's one of the reasons you see the median prices shooting up is because you've got a lot of people moving, a lot of retirees with a lot of money moving here, and a lot of people moving here because of, now we're a major sports town. All these other things have impacted Las Vegas.
well, and
Some
that-
of our more fun friends out there, would we say the devaluation of the dollar?
Yeah.
Well,
Just
you're also
simple
looking
inflation.
at the point of, hey, I can buy a house in Las Vegas, make it my residency, and now tax wise, it's a benefit for me to have my primary here
Sure.
versus somewhere else.
It's 11% raise from
So,
some of those
right.
states out there.
Yeah.
It's a big raise. Here's the chart that I make every month, and this is talking about basically three things: number of homes sold, the number of available homes, and the median price. And John was asking about the median price. That's that blue line.
That's
and it just
stable.
keeps staying right there,
But
and then
slowly walking higher.
it's
right?
just creeping up a little bit. It's bouncing around. The yellow line is the number of available homes. You've seen that's been shooting up. But the amount of closings is kind of it's leveled off. It's right around that 2,000 number. It's a little under it this month, but it's right around that 2,000 number. But it's been pretty consistent like that since like March of this year. It's been pretty consistent around 2,000.
But I would also have you looking at this chart. So you're looking at, say, the October number showing here, 1936. Go back a year ago, November of 22 is 1548.
Yeah.
Now we're taking the seasonality of real estate into the conversation.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
Because if we were comparing, June to June, all right, now we can talk about is the market slowing in the number of transactions or is it staying the same?
Indeed.
We can't take two different times of year and kind of make a lot of logical leap out of that.
Right, because there is seasonality to real estate. For
sure.
Although, like what we've said before, the pandemic kind of messed that all up. But
I think we're back to the normal.
we are back to
seasonality
the,
now.